Forget just about everything you think you know about your power bill. We're about to dive into a huge shift where your home stops being just a place that uses electricity and starts becoming an active, even an intelligent player in the energy market. I mean, seriously, what if instead of being a monthly expense, your electricity bill actually became a source of income? It kind of sounds like science fiction, right? But the tech to make this happen isn't some far-off dream. It's actually being built and tested right now.
Okay, so to really get where we're going, we first have to understand where we've been. For, over 100 years, the system has been incredibly simple, and let's be honest, a little bit done. Power gets made at some massive centralized plant, it's pushed across miles and miles of wires, and then it flows into our homes. We flip a switch, the lights turn on, and at the end of the month, we pay the bill. That's it. It's a total one-way street, from the utility straight to you. It's a monologue, not a conversation.
But all of that is starting to change, thanks to something called distributed generation, which really is just a fancy way of saying smaller power sources, like solar panels on your roof. That one-way street is quickly becoming a two-way superhighway. Your home isn't just a destination anymore, it's a source.
And this right here illustrates that transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got the classic consumer. Energy only flows in. But on the right, you see the future, the prosumer. Now, energy flows in when you need it, sure, but it also flows out when you've got extra to sell.
So prosumer is the key word for this new energy world. It's a producer and a consumer, all rolled into one. And this simple idea, well, it unlocks a whole world of possibilities. But it also creates a brand new challenge. How in the world do you manage it all?
Well, to be a really effective prosumer, you can't just randomly sell your extra solar power whenever the sun is out. You've got to be smart about it. You need a brain for your home's energy system.
And this diagram kind of shows you all the puzzle pieces. This brain is called a Residential Energy Management System, or REMS for short. The best way to think of it is like the conductor of an orchestra. It's constantly talking to your solar panels, your home battery, your appliances, all while keeping one eye on the local electricity market.
So here's how this brain actually thinks. It basically operates in two stages. First, it's a planner. It looks at the weather forecast, it predicts how much solar power you're going to generate, and it checks the predicted market prices to come up with a whole game plan for tomorrow. But then, stage two, it becomes an adapter. In real time, it adjusts that plan based on what's actually happening, making little transactions second by second to get you the most bang for your buck.
So, okay, this system has a plan. But, having any old plan is one thing. Having the optimal plan, now that's what turns this from just a cool gadget into an actual money-making machine. See, a basic prosumer setup might just sell any extra solar power back to the grid the second it's made, and that's fine, but it's not very smart. The optimal system that this research is talking about is more like a master strategist. It knows that the price of electricity is changing all the time, so it might decide to store that midday solar power in your battery and wait to sell it until the late afternoon when prices are at their peak. And here is where it gets really, really clever. This chart shows the system's plan for the day. Now, look at that black dashed line. That's the energy it plans to buy from the grid. But wait a minute, why would a home with solar panels and a battery ever plan to buy power? Well, it's because the system is playing the market. It has figured out that it's way cheaper to buy power from the grid late at night when demand is low and save its own stored solar energy to sell during those high-price peak hours. That's how you maximize profit. And the numbers, they prove it works. In the simulation, the home with the smart optimal strategy had a net cost of about 72 cents. But look at the basic model. It had a net cost of almost €1.19. That is a huge improvement. It dramatically cuts the daily cost, and on some days, it could absolutely turn it into a real profit. So far, we've just been talking about a single house. But what happens when you connect an entire neighborhood of these smart energy trading homes together?
Well, you get what's called a local energy market. Instead of just selling your power back to the big utility company, your house could sell its extra solar power directly to your neighbor across the street who needs to charge their electric car. This creates a more resilient, more efficient, and more community-focused power grid built literally from the ground.
And this really gets to the heart of the whole idea. The researchers put it best. They said, this isn't just a technical fix. It's a whole new business model for local power. It's really about building a more democratic energy system where communities have way more control.
So let's bring this all together. This isn't just about saving a few bucks on your utility bill, though, hey, that's definitely part of it. This is about a complete paradigm shift in how we think about energy.
So why does this all matter? Well, first, it empowers homeowners financially, giving them real value for their solar and battery investments. It also makes the entire grid more stable and resilient by decentralizing where power comes from. It helps us use more clean, renewable energy by smartly managing when and where it flows. And maybe the biggest thing, it shifts power, both literally and figuratively, away from these huge, distant utilities and back into our own neighborhoods and communities.
The technology is here. The models are being proven as we speak. So the only real question left is the one we have to ask ourselves. Are we ready to stop being just passive consumers and finally let our homes become active traders on the energy market of the future?